Pastor Roy Gerhart from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. This week we're going to be looking at the prophet Hosea. Now, Hosea is speaking to Israel, meaning the northern part of the nation of Israel. We've got to remember that Israel went from being this united nation to a divided people, where they divided north and south. And the southern part is Judah, and that includes Jerusalem with the temple. The northern part continues to be referred to as Israel most of the time in the Bible. And Hosea is speaking to that northern part, and he's calling them out for their unfaithfulness. And this unfaithfulness is reaching a breaking point during Hosea's lifetime, but it began as soon as this division occurred in the nation. Because the first king in Israel, in that northern part, was named Jeroboam. And get this, God told him that he was going to give him that job. God told Jeroboam he was going to make him king in Israel, and he needed to do just one thing in order to keep that position and pass it on to his sons. The Lord was reaching out to him, and he said, just take my hand and follow me. If you'll be faithful, I will bless you, and you'll be established in that position. But Jeroboam didn't trust God at all. Even though he was established in that position, Jeroboam immediately began to lead the people away from following the Lord. You see, Jeroboam was afraid that if the people in the north continued to go to Jerusalem to worship the Lord, that they would end up turning to the king of Judah and following him. And so in order to try to establish his political power, Jeroboam led the people away from following God. Instead of just building a different temple in the northern section where they would continue to worship the Lord, he led them to follow an entirely different religion. He made golden calves, and the golden calves tap into the local religion worshiping Baal, who is always represented by a bull. And so Jeroboam has led the people away from following God to worshiping Baal in these golden calf images. And so God immediately begins an undoing of the rule and the leadership of Jeroboam. And sadly, every leader that comes after Jeroboam just seems to continue this destructive pattern of leading the people away from following the Lord, continuing to indulge this worship of Baal and of other false gods. And this is causing a spiritual decline in Israel that just is continuous. And so Hosea is now speaking to them about their unfaithfulness. And the overarching message in Hosea is addressing the unfaithfulness of God's people. God calls them out saying, you have been unfaithful. You've been cheating on me by worshiping these other gods. And you've been cheating on me by looking to other world powers to preserve you rather than looking to me, because they were turning to Egypt and Assyria and trying to make deals that would preserve them instead of looking to God. And so the Lord is calling them out through the prophet Hosea to say, you have been unfaithful, cheating on me in all of these ways, refusing to look to me or to rely on me. And so he said, I'm going to judge you. You're going to be wrecked and ruined. But the Lord's bottom line with them is to say, please though, what I really want is to bring you back. I want to make that connection again with you. Like an unfaithful spouse, I want you to come back and be reconciled with me. That's Hosea's message to us as well. Many times God is there offering us his hand, just saying, take my hand and follow me. But we'll make short-sighted decisions based on short-term goals and on our minimal resources. And we will make these moves to say, I got to take care of business myself. Instead of looking to God, trusting God, and following the Lord in our lives faithfully, many times we seek to establish ourselves or to reach our goals by our own means and methods, and we'll ignore God's direction for our lives. This leads to an unraveling of life and to destruction that often bears fruit not only in the immediate effects to our own life, but often then has a fallout on other people. And Hosea as a window to see that effect played out in God's people. And maybe it's just that window we need to see that played out in our own life and to hear that message that says, turn around, turn to God, get your life on track with him, and let God open up a future to you that's filled with his blessing. So may God bless you today. And as you share his good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.